In this example, on diagram 1, sketch the graphs of y equal x, in brackets 3 minus x, and then the second one is y equal x multiplied by x minus 2, then between brackets multiplied by and between brackets 5 minus x. And in this scenario, we also need to show clearly the coordinates of the points where the curves cross the coordinates axes. So first we will start by finding the points, and we equate both equations to each other. So what we can do to sketch both parts, so we can say for part A, we can say that we can use values of, let's say, x is, we start with minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. And then we have the y minus 3 minus x, and also we find y equal x minus 2, 5 minus x. So we use these values, and that will help us with plotting the graph. So it would look in the form of like this. And also we have the second one to be in this format. And we can find the points where it crosses the x-axis and where it crosses point 0. So to find the points where it crosses the x-axis, so we say y equal x minus 3, and we equate it to 0. So that means x equals 0 and x equal 3. So this is one of the points, which is 3 and 0. And we also have for y equal x minus 2 and 5 minus x equals 0. So we have 0 and we have x equal 2 and we have x equal 5. So these are the points in terms of, so here this should be 3 and this is the 2. And this is the point where it crosses the x-axis. Now, in terms of finding how for part B, we need to show that the x-coordinates of the points of intersection y equal x multiplied by 3 minus x between brackets and y equal x multiplied by x minus 2 between brackets multiplied by 5 minus x between brackets are given by the solution to the equations x multiplied by x squared minus 8x plus 13 all equal 0. So for part B, we will start by equating the y both graphs to each other, so y1 and y2, so that would give us x minus 3, and we have also x minus 2, 5 minus x. So we will need to simplify this expression further, so that would give us x squared minus 3x equal x squared minus 2x multiplied by 5 minus x. So that will give us, in this scenario, x squared minus 3x equal 5x squared minus x cubed minus 10x plus 2x squared. So now we can move all the terms to one side, so that will give us minus 2 x squared minus 2x squared minus we also have 5x squared, so that will be minus 5x squared, and we would also have plus x cubed, and we also have minus 10x plus 10x minus 3x. So that will be equated to 0. So we can see that we have 3x terms. So that will so we will start by adding the negative x terms together. So that would give us, in this scenario, x cubed minus 8x squared plus 13x. So we have these two added to each other. So we have the minus 3x, and we also have the 10x. So in this scenario, it would have been the addition, that should have been plus 10x, and when it's moved, then it becomes positive. Just some value. So we have here we should have had minus 7x squared, yes, and we have also another x squared. So I'll just take a few steps back to make sure that this is clearer. So in this scenario, here we would have had minus x squared plus 3x equal minus x cubed plus 7x squared minus 10x. So now when we move the minus 7x plus 7x squared to the left hand side, that makes it minus, we start with the minus x cubed, so that will give us x cubed positive, and then we have minus x squared and 7x minus 7x squared, so that will give us minus x squared, and then we also have the plus 13x, and that will be equated to 0. And now we can take a common factor, which is the x, and that will give us x squared minus 8x plus 13, and will be equated to 0. So this will be our answer for part B. For part C, the point P lies on both curves, given that P lies in the first quadrant. Find using algebra and showing you're working to the exact coordinates of P. So we found in this scenario the coordinates of, so from the quadratic equation we can find, so which is from this portion of the equation, we can find A equal 1, B is equal to minus 8, and C equated to 13. So using quadratic formula, we have x equal minus b plus minus root of b squared minus 4ac. So this is the rule, and over 2a, that will give us x equal minus minus 8 plus minus root of minus 8 squared minus 4 by 1 by 13 over 2 multiplied by 1, so we can write it as 2. So in this scenario, we would have the values of x to be x equal plus 4 plus minus root of 3. And so when we sub, you can say when x equal 4 plus root 3, y will equal minus 7 plus 5 root 3, and in this scenario then p will be equivalent to 4 minus root 3, and we would also have minus 7, the positive, the negative here, so be minus 4 root 3 and minus 7 plus 5 root 3, and these are the coordinates for P. Now, in terms of how would that look like, so this is as we highlighted the points where it crosses the x-axis, and we also managed to find the coordinates of P as part of the answer for part C. And this is our answer for this question.